we are at the
This
Misguided Spirits Distillery. Yeah, he's not allowed to talk because I'm doing the intro. There you go. He's going to do the rest of the talking while we're here. But we're up in Coombs, just outside of Parksville, on our way to see the goats. And we are going to hang out with Darrell from Misguided Spirits. And we're going to get a sneak peek behind the scenes to see what's involved in the distillery. So you're in your company place, eh?
Can I talk now?
Yeah, you're allowed to talk. You're behind the bar.
Oh, yes. Yes. Happy place.
Yeah. All right. Okay, we're checking out the distillery here. We're gonna go say hi to Darrell. He's cool.
Hello. Hi. It's John. Nice to meet you, John. I'm Darrell.
This is Darrell. You are the founder and owner, are you, of Misguided Spirits?
Yeah.
You're kind of a one-man operation there?
My wife and I operated together.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we're in where all the magic happens here. So, that would be
That's our
distillation column. Is
Yeah,
that
that's our spirit column. So that's for the final end of distillation, and the beginning is in this big tank here. This is called a mash tun. Mash tun is where you mash the grain. You can see there's a bunch of wheat there.
Yeah.
We use wheat and barley mainly for our neutral spirit. We mash it in this big machine, and then after it's ready, once it's been cooked for several hours, we take the liquid, the wash, and we transfer it over to that big steel tank. That's a 2,000 liter tank, which is big enough to hold a single batch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that'll take about 3 to 5 days. No,
And that's to ferment it? Is that right?
that's the fermenter, yes.
Okay.
And that'll take usually about 3 to 5 days to ferment, and it should be about 10% alcohol when we're finished.
Okay.
And then we transfer it back to this same tank here, and then by now we've taken all the spent grain out of it.
Yeah.
And now we can give it its first distillation. It's in pieces right now because I've been cleaning it. But
So you use, what did you say it was, wheat and barley? And barley?
yeah,
So you said you make the neutral spirit out of that first. So
Yeah.
does that mean, is it vodka at that point?
it is once we do this. This is what we're doing right now. Is we're actually charcoal filtering the neutral spirit.
Oh, okay. So does it have to do that to be vodka?
Yeah, to be vodka, your neutral spirit, by law, actually has to be carbon filtered. A funny story: when I first opened, I was just making the neutral spirit and diluting it down to 40%, and thinking, this tastes so good, I'm going to sell it like this. And then I got a phone call from Canada Excise. They said, Darrell, are you carbon filtering your vodka? And I said, well, sometimes.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you got to do it all the time.
I don't know, am I?
Yeah, right.
So, how do you distinguish between vodkas? If it's a neutral thing that's filtered, what makes vodkas taste different from it? What distinguishes one from the
Well,
other?
some of it is what you make it from.
Okay.
There's a big difference between wheat vodka, for example, and potato vodka.
Okay.
Potato vodka is the thing about wheat and also corn. If you use either of those two grains, you get a very sweet tasting, clean tasting spirit.
Right.
People describe potato vodka as being more earthy, maybe a little more oily tasting.
Okay. So that comes through even though it's been filtered and everything?
Yeah. I mean, you distill it quite a lot. You need to distill it right to 95%.
Okay.
Another law of making vodka is it should always be 95% before you start to dilute it.
Okay.
But even at that point, you're still getting a little bit of the flavor coming through.
Right.
And also how you do your cuts. Some people are very specific about what part of the spirit they use, because as it comes out of the still, you get your different parts. You get your heads and your hearts and your tails. And if you want really good vodka, you want your center hearts.
So does that correspond to the different levels of the column?
It actually corresponds to when you take it out at the final end.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, so the first stuff that comes out is absolutely poisonous and horrible. And then it gets progressively better, and then you hit a point where it's really nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then you want to just take just that.
Okay.
And that's what a good distiller does. Is
Oh, nice.
They pay close attention to where they're at in the process, and they
So
take the
what happens to the first nasty stuff?
well, the really nasty stuff, eventually you're going to have to destroy it. But you can actually, as you're moving through this progression, there's some good alcohol in there, because it's you're sort of going bad stuff, less bad stuff, less, and then good stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
The good stuff is in there. You just have to redistill it very carefully, and you can get some more good alcohol out of it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, after you filter it, is it ready to go, or does vodka get aged at all?
Doesn't need to be aged at all. Once it's made, it's ready. It's ready for drinking. The steps are to distill it and dilute it down to about 50%, and this is around 50% right now. And then you can see it's going in and out through these pipes.
Oh yeah.
It goes through these plates, which are all charcoal filter plates, activated charcoal,
Yeah.
and that will clean out any of the nasty residual bad flavor. Then when we're done this, we'll do it for about an hour or so,
Mm-hmm.
and then we will collect it all in the tank and dilute it down to 40%, and that's it. It's ready to bottle with clean water.
Yeah. You don't just go out to the river and go. So the neutral spirit, I'm assuming you use that to make your gin as well?
Actually, yeah.
As a starting point?
Yeah, mostly everything we make in this distillery right now is made from that neutral spirit.
Neutral spirit.
Yeah, and that's sort of a commodity that pretty well all distilleries use for making things like gin, liqueurs, other things like that.
Yeah.
Flavor. Even absinthe, you're going to start with a neutral alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now your products have won awards.
Oh yeah, we've won a few lately. Yeah.
Nice. Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, our first award was a couple of years ago. We got a silver medal for our vodka. We were pretty excited about that.
Okay.
But then a year later, last year, we got a gold medal here in Canada, the Canadian Arts and Spirits Award, and then we got another gold medal in San Francisco at the Bartender Spirits Awards.
Really cool.
And our other two gin products at the time are our straight gin, the Spectral gin,
Okay.
and our first flavored gin, if you will, the rhubarb ginger gin liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
Also got silver here in Canada, and again silver in San Francisco.
Wow.
And this year was a little less impressive. We got a silver for our let me think, I think it was for the vodka, and then a bronze for the gin. But then last weekend when we were in Kelowna, we got another gold, and this time it was for our rhubarb ginger gin again.
Wow.
So yeah, that was unexpected.
Isn't it cool to see the mom and pop organizations represent here? I mean, making a dent.
Totally.
So
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to trying a little bit.
Okay.
Shall we do a bit of a sample?
If-
All right. Now comes my favorite part of these things. We get to try the product.
Yeah, drinking.
So we've learned about how the vodka is made, so maybe we could have a taste of that.
Absolutely, of course.
Ooh,
I'd be
exciting.
happy to.
So first of all, coolest labels I've seen for a long time. So that's, was his brother 12?
Brother
Is that
12. Yeah, he's an interesting figure in Vancouver Island history.
Really? I've not
Yes.
heard of him.
Yes, his real name was Arthur Wilson.
Okay.
He came from England. He had already acquired a following. He had been doing some writing. He did a pamphlet or two and an actual book, sort of starting this religion. He had people sending him money from all over the world.
Nice.
He came to, of all places, Nanaimo. And he had his followers meet there, and they built a community. They started in Cedar. They built their what was it called? The House of Mystery. The House of Mystery is still standing there, right?
In Cedar?
Yeah, right on the water.
That's just south of Nanaimo, fans.
Yeah.
All two of you.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, so then they ended up in the Gulf Islands. DeCourcy Island was where they had their main
No way.
encampment.
So when would that have been?
About 1927 till 1931. The thing, it just sort of disintegrated. People started suing. They wanted their money back. It ended up in a pretty nasty court case in the Nanaimo courthouse. He had this real persuasive. Some people said he had this funny eye.
No, really?
And there was reports of the, if you can believe it, the judge barking like a dog. It's weird stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that
So
is cool.
Yeah.
So that's that guy.
That's him, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's a probably better looking version of him.
Oh, you got a picture.
That's
So
him
cool.
there.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab it.
Seen it?
That's actually taken on DeCourcy Island.
I have never heard any of this story before. That is so cool.
Google it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally going to.
This is delicious stuff.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
smooth as silk, people.
Mhm.
I tell people it's as smooth as Brother 12.
Yeah, I mean, so you could drink that straight. You could just sip that. Can't say that about a whole lot of wine. Well, depends on the person, I guess.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that.
I had this Polish friend that anyway. That is cool.
Right on. I'm glad you like it.
So from that you make spectral gin, is it?
Well, yeah, it all comes from the same base spirit.
Okay.
That we talked about earlier.
And then these are the botanicals that go into this?
Yeah,
into
these
that?
are most of them. There's a few that are top secret, but these
Yeah, I
are
understand.
and these are the two grains. The BC wheat, rolled wheat,
Okay.
is grown up in Dawson Creek area, and this barley is grown here on Vancouver Island.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, and it's malted by Phillips. It's excellent quality, very, very good grains. It makes a big difference in the flavor.
So when you use barley, it needs to be malted first? Or
You can do it without malting it. Malting is the traditional way.
okay.
The difference, of course, with malting it, if you're not familiar with beer making or distilling, is that when you malt it, it releases the natural enzymes in the grain that helps to turn the starches into sugars, which is what you need to do
Turn into alcohol.
in order to make alcohol. Distillers, even craft distillers, use commercial enzymes as well, because the whole purpose of the exercise is to make alcohol, and you can only make a limited amount of alcohol using the natural enzymes. You give it a little boost with some commercial enzymes as well.
Of course.
Well, that's delicious, but are you gonna taste any more? or-
Yeah, no, I'd
Why
love to,
don't
I'd love to
why don't
try
we
some
give you a
gin.
taste? I mean, you talk about
Gin.
the things that are in it all day, but what really matters is how it tastes, right?
Is how it all goes together. So this would be characterized, or how would you characterize this? Would this be like a contemporary gin?
Well, it is more like a contemporary gin. We don't put any.
Oh, that's fresh smelling.
Mm. Oh,
Mm.
oh, is that ever good? Wow. we really don't need anything with this either.
Yeah,
That's
we
delicious.
believe it's balanced, it's well-rounded. I mean, everybody has their own
It really
favorite gin, but we're getting more and more people that are coming back and buying it. So,
Oh, yeah. No, that's delicious. I love it.
It's got this kind of a little citrusy finish to it. That's,
That's probably the lemon that we put in it, lemon peel, yeah.
Oh.
And we use Canadian cardamom, not cardamom, sorry, coriander, which is actually some of the best coriander in the world, believe it or not.
really?
Yeah,
Now that's the seed from the herb that gives you cilantro, right?
that's exactly
Is that
right.
right? Okay.
Yeah. And they make really good, top quality coriander in the Canadian prairies. Yeah.
Well,
Very cool.
that's delicious. Wow. Probably not good that this is breakfast day, but whatever.
It's good in anything that
You
you
get
like.
cheesies on the way up. What are you talking about?
Any kind of gin cocktail is pretty well goes with pretty nicely. So.
Mm-hmm.
You could make a Churchill style martini with that.
What's the church house done?
It was in Churchill said to make the talking about how much vermouth he puts in his martini.
Yep.
So he says you cool the gin, put the gin into the glass, wave the glass in the general vicinity of France, and that's the right amount of vermouth.
That's right.
Oh, that's perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, it does make great martinis, absolutely.
And then you have all these colorful things. So
Right.
Tell me about some of these.
Well, it kind of grew from the rhubarb thing because when our rhubarb hit, it just sort of took on a life of its own. People started phoning, wanting to have it. People were showing up and they were coming to our markets and do you have any of the rhubarb? Or sometimes they call it ginger because ginger is actually more prominent on the label because of Ginger Goodwin. That's the guy that's
That guy I've heard of.
yeah. But anyway, we just realized that we've got something here. So people like something with fruit that's a little bit sweet but not overpowering. So we started working on that, and so now we have. Last Christmas we introduced 3 new products: the cranberry cranberry liqueur, which is made with cranberries grown in Yellow Point Farm, where they grow hundreds of acres of cranberries, or however many acres. It's very nice. It makes a delicious cosmopolitan.
Yeah, and what a perfect Christmas gift.
Right, and it's still selling now, surprisingly.
Nice.
The strawberry vodka, we started making that just using strawberries from a farm down the road here in Coombs. That's getting popular. And then our blackberry gin, which is basically our gin mixed with blackberry juice, and it's delicious with some tonic.
Awesome.
That's the way to drink that one.
Okay.
So yeah, they're all growing in popularity, so it's a good thing for us.
Very much. You said the rhubarb one, that looks like a gold medal around that one, right?
That's the one we got in Kelowna.
Oh, nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Is that available to taste?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We're gonna taste an award-winning.
Use some fresh glasses here.
All right.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is definitely one of our most popular products. It just seems to get people crazy.
Well, we'd be the ones that go crazy. Same as the world.
Oh, nice ginger scent.
Oh, wow. I can see why. Oh, wow.
Glad you like it.
Mm.
What do you think?
Oh yeah. I see why you got that.
Tom likes it too. That's
Oh,
good.
it's so tangy too, right?
Mhm.
It's got that, like it's not, no, that's incredible.
You can mix that with just soda, I bet, and it would.
Yeah, or just have it on ice. It's
No,
only
just on ice.
it's only 20% alcohol, so it's not really, boozy.
Put on your ice cream.
Yeah, the ice cream, we always pair things with ice cream. Meat cheese, easy ice cream.
That is absolutely delicious. I noticed something, looking back behind you at your bar here. You have smaller than you usually find sizes of some of these.
Yeah, so.
I love that. So many things, particularly like the weird imported liqueurs and stuff, you gotta buy the full bottle. And if you find that it's really not to your liking, you've got a full bottle minus however much you tried. Also, if you remember, liqueurs don't last on the shelf as long. So if you're not much of a drinker, you can buy the little bottle and then just come back and you always have a fresh supply.
Yeah, we find that they are popular. I mean, quite often, if we have somebody unsure whether they want to risk buying a whole bottle or not, then they might just take the entry level size.
Yeah.
And quite often, I'll see them again next week at
Oh
the
yeah,
same market or
Yeah.
here.
it's nice to have that choice. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love everything that we tasted here. Thank you so much for. He was having a shit of a day. Where he showed it, and he took time to deal with us. So thank you so much.
My
Darrell.
pleasure. It's good having you both.
It's great to be here. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming.
Get the wallet out. We're buying some stuff.
All right, bye all.
Bye now.